certainly. All right, looking like they're both ready. Can we get a thumbs up? Thumbs up, Akki. There it is. All right, in 3, 2, 1, go.
She's loosening up.
Yeah, third game here. You can feel it, the tingles, man. It's tied up. You know, they've, of course, obviously each felt that that rush of winning and that disappointment of losing already in this set. So it's gonna, you know, the emotions are flying all over the place here, and they're just gonna have to keep it together and do their thing.
I like the contrast in body language here.
Definitely.
As we watch this show.
Cheese is definitely a very sort of expressive and emotional player. He really hones in on his passion and like his fierceness, I guess, for the game, which does sometimes kind of backfire on him when he's harsh on himself with his mistakes. But then Akki is kind of, you know, the more cool customer where he, you know, even when he does these amazing things, like the most you'll get out of him is like a little smile, maybe just a little giggle, and when he makes mistakes, just maybe a slight like head shake, but that's the worst it gets.
Yeah, I think it's even on his Twitter bio, 16-star robot.
Oh, is that what his bio says?
Yeah, 16-star robot.
That's hilarious. Yeah. So he knows he's. So that's definitely on purpose. Then he knows that, you know, keeping that cool mentality is so you know, imperative in a high stakes game like this. Here we go. LBLJ first try looking like from both of them. Nice speed. Nice clips. There it is. All right. Here we go. Game 3. Yeah, off to a fire start. First flawless start that we've seen in the set.
Let's see if we'll be seeing Zaya or Shig.
Now again, Akki doing that quick triple jump movement on the rotating platforms there, which usually does suggest somebody trying to go for Shia cycle.
Yeah.
But again, every time he's just doing this movement to kind of play it safe. And Cheese as well. Oh, again, almost going a little bit wide there, but able to reel it back in. And solid stuff from both of them.
Great performances in Dark World.
Oh, and Cheese getting the double first. He's taking the lead with that.
Yeah, great
Amazing
example
of
how much time that saves.
Exactly, yeah, that's exactly right. Great stuff. Pretty much synced up here going into the first Bowser fight. Great start. That was really amazing, the way he just...
Oh, Bowser dance for Cheese, though.
Cheese getting Bowser dance this time. And nailing the half spin, so actually pretty much saving, like, what is it, half a second?
Yeah, I think it's...
Maybe the better part of a second. Yeah, really, yeah, that's incredible.
Another great example of the time save difference here.
Yeah. But yeah, those firsties, the way Akki missed the first one and just kind of slowed down, and she's just kind of from behind, just zoomed right past him with those double firsties. That was crazy. All right, Whomp's Fortress time.
Here we go again.
That is definitely the sentiment to anybody who grinds this game. And captured in one meme. So Owless and Candleless have been the culprits so far and the major sources of time loss for these two. Neither of them having, you know, flawless attempts at either of them across the two first games. Akki with a beautiful Owless and Cheese with a very, very solid full setup on Candleless. And now they'll sort of swap stars, re-entering the painting and having to do the other. We will see the texture setup once again from Akki. Oh, but misses it again as Cheese clips into the cage barely. And Akki going for the single.
That was a nice backup.
The single jump, wild blue backup.
Yeah.
Really clean stuff. But of course, he was just in some damage control there as he did miss Candleless for the second time.
The first. Oh, that was the second.
Or sorry, second time in this set or in this grand final. Okay. But first time in this race, yeah. Oh, Cheese with the bonk there. Wild Blue Star of all places. Also going for the, but doesn't get it. Tried to match Akki there. And really nice texture setup that time around from Akki. So Cheese extending his lead ultimately. you know, comparing going into Wong's Fortress to going out of it, extending it by maybe 2 to 3 seconds.
She's had some trouble with the castle movement to SSL, so let's see if he'll clean it up here.
Yeah, he did get stuck in this corner last time around. Although it wasn't a huge deal, you know, you definitely don't want to be giving Akki any types of... Whoa,
Wait, what's happening here?
As his controller, that was really, really strange.
Yeah, that looked like...
I can't tell what was going on. All right, she's getting a big bomb there, going for the standard pillarless strat, looking like it's nice and lined up. And there it is.
Nice first strike from Cheese, but...
Akki throwing away the bomb immediately
Yeah.
by accident, pressing that B button before the A, of course. And that's not great. He's got to compose himself here. Yeah, really strange that entrance into this downstairs
I
area.
didn't really catch what happened.
Yeah.
It looked like a camera issue.
Yeah, maybe something with this camera. And again, just pressing B that slightly bit before A, and he's going to have to go for the Talon Star as a backup. Going to have to, really stall here to touch him. Okay, and hopefully the Shy Guy doesn't get in his way this time like we saw yesterday.
Oh.
He does, but he actually kills him in the process this time. Okay. So I guess last time what must have, that was a really sweet backup. Well, I guess what must have happened yesterday is that he must have jumped just barely before hitting the Shy Guy. I guess, while you're sliding, you can just kill the Shy Guy easily.
Finessing the Shy Guys today.
But all right, all eyes on Akki here as the pressure really is on. Getting the big bomb, going for Tomoplast, lines it up. Is he going to get it?
This looks...
Looking like he'll have to go around the right side, but no! Just
missed the lineup for the warp
missed
zone.
the lineup. That was about to be so crazy.
It looked like he was a little, too far to the right.
This guy going for Tomoplast in that situation to try and catch up.
Well, he got the hard part.
He did.
Yeah.
But you know, the hard part also comes with the kind of, oh, she's getting burnt here. Hang on. And Akki missing the regrab on the bomb there. Not what he wanted. There it is again. Going for Tomoplast again, but I guess just, going for a backup with this. Is he going to be able to get the double jump in time? Yes, he does. And he should be aligned in there. Okay, he's in there that time.
He took his time a little bit more.
Yeah, man, so much going on. I don't even know what I was saying before. Don't know how to finish the thought. But I guess what I was saying is that the hardest part of Tomoplast, when you do get that instant dive jump to kind of then zoom out, you also not only do you have to worry about kind of pulling that off, but then the angle that follows up with it, you have to set that up and jump in time to kind of set that angle up accordingly. And he was just a little too far to the right when going up the pyramid as a result of that, and just wasn't able to adjust once again. Did look like he was almost aligned barely in the center. He might have even gone just barely over it. Maybe he clipped too high. Maybe it wasn't the alignment. Oh, Cheese with a ground pound on this. Okay, this is dangerous. If he gets burned again, he should be able to make it. Yep.
Yeah.
The bully though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, he's got it. He's got it.
Okay.
Oh my.
Close fight.
Yep.
Tight battle.
That big bully pulling up as big of a fight as he could for Akki's sake. But Cheese ultimately coming out on top. That was so dangerous because normally when you ledge grab and get back up and quickly you see the bully coming at you, you try to change directions quickly to face backwards and then jump over him to kill him instantly. And Cheese tried to do that but didn't switch directions. So when he landed, the bully could have very easily just pushed him straight up into the lava, but didn't, thankfully for him. Ledge grab skip from Akki as well. That bully fight going much better for him.
Yeah, this looks like a cleaner triple L overall from Akki.
That was an interesting lineup from Cheese coming off of that pole, but able to adjust.
I don't anticipate too much time loss here in HMC, but you never know what could happen. Probably more MIPS clip in Triple T.
Yep. And that was a little scary. It did look.
Oh,
Cheese! Oh no! Or Akki going for the lava boost,
right?
And, and I believe he got burned. It was either 3 times up the waterfall, or he just wasn't able to make it back on land in time. And going for it again. All right, does get it that time. Really nice stuff, but dying inside the volcano isn't, it's not the end of the world because you do spawn right back in the volcano, but still that was not what he needed. Already trailing and even more so now. Yeah, I couldn't tell if he either got burned 3 times up the waterfall immediately or a 3rd time once he kind of failed it and tried to land back on the ground and just didn't make it. Sorry? Gotcha. Okay, so it was the ladder. Oh, Akki! Oh my goodness, that backup! How is he alive? I can't. I have never seen somebody kind of like fall into the pit that way and then back it up like that, just immediately using the momentum from the slide.
Yeah.
Just before falling to his death, you know,
you have
jumping
to really
and flying up over there. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, you have to understand how the momentum works on the slopes.
That was insane. Bad RNG for Cheese on a terrible RNG
yeah,
for Cheese this time around. My goodness.
I'd be pretty bad about that.
Oh my goodness.
Getting hit before the wall kick.
Are we going to see a Toast Rider? No. Okay.
No,
All right.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous. No, Cheese is like, no, that's not today. No. Oh, Akki with the, man, I'm convinced that there's something going on with Akki's controller.
Yeah.
Which is just terrible timing for something like that to be occurring because, I don't know if it's something with his angles or maybe while he was spinning the controller, he maybe did it a little too, because I believe he spins with the same controller he normally plays with, which is not a common thing.
I think, he has a steel stick controller.
I think he just has the cap. I actually don't think he has the
really?
stick. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, you know, Bowser throws when in any of the Bowser fights, repeatedly doing them on a regular N64, you know, plastic joystick controller. Really nice glitchy wall kick there from Cheese. Is really taxing on the controller over time. So what a lot of people do is they have alternative controllers that they sort of plug in, adjust specifically for the Bowser fight. You know, some people use like GameCube stick controllers. Some people use Hori mini pads, which are similar to GameCube sticks, just much nicer to throw with and to spin to throw with, and much more durable. But Akki plays with his straight up regular main controller, and yeah, you can see there's something going on with this controller because it's either the momentum that he's supposed to be getting, he just isn't, or something's wrong with the angles.
I wonder if he has a backup.
I sure hope so. Oh, grabbing the star there by accident. He's just putting his head down. Really nice front sub by Cheese, by the way. Does hit it that time, and this is so unfortunate to see on Akki's end. Is able to still glitchy wall kick with it, so I'm leaning to think. Oh, nice pole glitch there from Cheese. Really good stuff. I'm leaning towards something with like as he fully extends his joystick one way, he's not getting the speed that he needs. Huge bonk there from Cheese, getting bullied a little bit too.
Gonna miss the early cycle. Not able to capitalize on that pole glitch.
With all of the unfortunate controller issues that Akki's having, it's not really going to be much of a dent in the lead that he has. And again, Cheese with that really, really interesting turnaround, not getting the long jump off like he wanted, just getting a single jump off and having to readjust there immediately. Really scary stuff, but you know, he's able to just improvise and get it going. All right, this will be telling of maybe which direction Akki might be struggling with if it is a momentum thing.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, this just isn't Akki's movement. So I think what we will do is after this race, it doesn't matter which way it ends, we will take a moment to try and get Akki's thoughts on what's going on and see if we can do anything to solve the problem before the next race.
Yeah.
We definitely don't want those sorts of issues to be influencing the final any more than they already have.
She's moving on to BLJs, the first set.
Yep. Now, I have seen Cheese get stuck here for a long time on the BLJs, as it does look like he'll have to go again for a second try, but it would be crazy to for him to not get it so many times, and it's going to be third try hopefully for Cheese. Could this be enough to swing it back in Akki's favor? This is a bit of a monk-ass right now. And the camera just not doing what Cheese wanted there. it really is finicky here because there are so many, like the walls. Okay, he does get it that time.
Yeah, we saw him try a couple different camera angles there.
Yep. So that does help Akki's case, but of course now it's going to put the pressure on him to get it first try, and you know, hopefully these, from Akki's perspective, hopefully these BLJs. But they don't stall Cheese anymore. Oh, but
he gets stuck.
Cheese, Cheese so surprised there. He, you know, it really looked like he had gone up with enough speed, far enough to kind of get past the infinite staircase, but he didn't. And Akki first try once again, exactly what he needed, and he's not out of this quite yet.
This is doable.
This would be an absolutely ridiculous comeback, considering how far behind he was and what he was dealing with his controller. And he's in Sky.
Nice.
Cheese a little bit over halfway done with it, but it's going to come down to this triple jump wall kick. If he does fall all the way down, okay, doesn't hit it, but doesn't fall all the way down, and Akki is running. Yeah, okay, going for the left side as the backup. Hits it. And this is going to put a tremendous amount of pressure on Cheese for this Goomba. Okay, no. Not quite in the territory to be a threat. But Cheese has got to hit these throws. He can miss. Oh. Akki, backing it up with left side. That's probably the right call. Cheese can probably miss 2 throws. I don't think he can miss a third. So there's 1.
I think he has missed at least 1 throw in each run so far.
Yep.
But he's nailing these 2. His first
okay. Getting hit by Bowser. We'll have to realign it with all this leg and the shaking going on, but he does clutch it out. There it is. Amazing that this run came down to the Bowser fight pretty much. Yeah, a couple of missed throws from Cheese, and this could have been a whole different story, as it does look like Akki is going to be flying through these. But Cheese will be taking game 2 in this best-of-5 set with a high 16. And yeah, the pressure really was on. Look at those throws from Akki. I think we were well over a minute into the time difference when Akki's controller was really bugging out, and it ended up being like less than a 20-second difference. That's crazy. That really is crazy.
Closest race so far.
Yeah, that's extremely ironic. All right. So yeah, what Cheese just came over here to tell us is exactly what we were saying before. We were going to take a moment here to kind of assess what's going on with Akki's controller and get his thoughts on what it is that we can do. So hang tight, guys. We are going to try and make sure that he has the equipment that he needs to be able to perform, as it does look like he's trying to test it out there. So give us a moment, and we'll be right back. Okay, so we do have an update here for you guys. As you can see, Akki went away for a bit. He went to get a backup controller of his, and he just wants a couple minutes to kind of mess around with it to get warm with this one before we go into the next match. But as you can see, the scores have gone back to 1-1. Cheese came to us and said, you know what, I do not want to win with something like that being the decider and making such a huge time difference. And you know, normally what we do, and when in case of tech issues, you know, for a stream going down in a tournament, or something, a game crashing or something like that, we leave it up to the person who hasn't done anything wrong, you know, the winner technically, and we ask them, okay, do you want to take the win, or do you want to redo it, or what do you want to do? And Cheese has gone and said, no, let's go back to 1-1. You know, that clearly gave Cheese a huge advantage, and he's not okay with it. So yeah, huge, you know, feels good, man, for Cheese.
Yeah, I respect the sportsmanship.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, the sportsmanship.
Integrity.
Of the competition. Wants to really feel like if he wins it, he wants to end. Look at that, yeah, just a nice little high five from Akki there. You gotta respect it. That shows that, you know, we know so much about Cheese for how good he is at the game and just you know, being a great streamer and all that. But you know, it shows that he's a guy of character too. So it's great to see. So we'll just give Akki maybe another couple minutes here to just feel this controller out, because it's crazy how different joystick to joysticks are.
Yeah, this is an entirely different controller.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah, buttons to buttons, like all these little tiny intricacies of a controller that really make you feel like it's yours when you're playing with it, and going to a new one, or like a new CRT, or you know, things like that. It seems so trivial to you know, at first glance, but you know, it really does make a huge difference.
Yeah, the controller library is pretty big.
Yeah.
The difference in notches is pretty
Notches
significant.
especially, yeah.
Especially with tricks like he was trying canless.
Yep.
The angles there are pretty important.
Yeah.
Same with Alice.
Exactly. And Akki not seeming totally satisfied with the
does not look like approval.
Yeah. While Akki is kind of getting warmed up with this new controller, I do want to remind everybody that after, of course, this is the last day of GSA here at Smash and Splash, and of course of Smash and Splash in general. But you definitely want to, after this match is over, want to tune in to. Do you know what's left in the tournaments? There's still Melee Top 8.
Yeah, Melee Ultimate.
Melee Ultimate Top 8 as well.
Ultimate Top 8 is, I think, going to be the last top 8.
Got it. So yeah, so those two events will be closing out, and that'll be on VG Bootcamp stream, I imagine. Yeah, so we'll probably be hosting them, but just as a reminder, yeah, definitely check that out. We'll definitely be there in person, of course. It's in the room next door. And yeah, so that should be super, super hype. So make sure you check that out. Sure. Thanks, dude. And yeah, after you know, GSA at Smash and Splash, we're not taking a break or anything. GSA, we're gonna keep the ball rolling. Next week, we do have the grand finals of the 70 Star League Division 2 on Saturday. So a little less than a week from now. So that'll be really nice to see. That'll be a best of 3 races between Protoman and Tabaskov. Two players with you know, tremendous skill and a huge amount of potential to do some damage into Division 1 if they do get promoted. So look forward to that, as well as the Super Mario Odyssey Dark Side tournament that will be starting soon, and the finals, the final bracket of the Super Mario Bros. 3 100% and Super Mario Sunshine any % tournaments that are also going on our channel. So yeah, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, you know, drop a follow and stay tuned, as it does look like we are good to go for you know, our second attempt at match number 3 in this grand final set. So can I get a thumbs up from you, Akki? Thumbs up, good to go. All right, in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, bless RNG for no controller issues this time and for just a clean race here. Again, props to Cheese for, you know, being like, you know what, no, that's not good enough. That's not a win in my books.
This is a single limb, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just the best of 5. All right.
Nice lack of 2 skips.
Yep. Here we go. This is going to be really telling of how comfortable Akki is going to be able to be on this new controller. As Cheese started kicking things up with a ground pound, less than ideal, but you know, not a huge deal. Oh, and just
He kept his speed. Yeah.
Yep, just enough, and he should still be able to get through. And look at this, we are pretty much synced. Oh, but Cheese actually having so much speed that he goes through the wall there in the back, and having to back up on it. But yeah, off to a flying start in this 3rd game. That was crazy that Akki didn't lose all of his speed when he got stuck there.
Right. I guess he clipped it out a little bit, but he still had enough time.
But was still, going backwards just in a little corner. Having to slow down there to get around that amp. Cheese as well. Not the greatest of amp cycle RNG for either of these guys. All right. We're through Dark World and it's game on. Maybe. Double firsties. Double firsties for Cheese as well. I have no idea what that pause was.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Maybe he paused to like then adjust his ankle and unpause. No idea. You know, that of course is perfectly legal. There's no rule against pausing. All you're doing is, you know, losing time.
Yeah. A little bit of time loss. Another like pretty solid Dark World. That was first try LBLJ for both too.
Yeah, really nice. About a 250 from each of them. Exiting Dark World. Here we go.
I'm curious how this Wom's Fortress goes for Akki since he was testing his new controller out here.
Yeah, there are some pretty angle reliant tricks. You know,
I'm gonna be looking out for the cannonless.
Cannonless, yeah, cannonless, and Alice as well. Like with the angles that you're used to, kind of, and the notches that you're used to hitting on your controller. Those are really important for tricks like that.
Ooh, Cheese not making it up to cannonless.
There we go. Does get it. So, and Cheese really struggling to get up this this ramp here, going into his full setup. Good chunk of time loss. It does look like Akki is finding his groove with this controller, and that's good to see. It's good to see that that's not what's going to be the decider in you know, the grand final of a league like this. Oh, mistiming that, and now Aki's turn to. Man, this slope
are causing problems for these guys right now.
This is crazy.
Yeah, if you don't jump soon enough, you just slide down.
Oh, missing it though. That's the 3rd time he's missed it in this set.
Yeah.
And Cheese clipping into the star as well, cutting it close. But Aki's gonna have to get this texture set up this time, and that may have it's either tied it up or swung things a little bit in Cheese's favor. We'll see, because they do have to do different stars here. So we'll find out right after this. It does look like Cheese will be in the lead by at least a couple seconds. No, Akki missing it again, and that's huge, because there's no backup for this. You got to go right back up, get over there and set it up again.
Right.
And he's sticking to the texture. Going for it once again. That does look better. There it is. All right, all right.
So it seems like his down notch is maybe a little different.
Maybe, but you know, he did miss it twice in the other games
Yeah.
before his controller
that's
was.
true. That's true.
So it might just be because really, like, what kind of the kind of gatekeeper of that trick is just how you line up grabbing onto the edge, like the texture that you're looking at. And there are extremely specific spots where if you do you know, set up the camera correctly and ledge grab there correctly and just then hold up and down, then you will get it 100% of the time. Cheese throwing away the bomb, unfortunately hitting B a little bit too quickly there. Once again, we've seen a lot of that from both of these players. It is a pretty common mistake. Really nice big bomb from akki. Will be saving a good chunk of time on Cheese and getting this trick out of the way, which in itself is a huge advantage. Big bomb for Cheese that time. He'll be following suit. Lines it up. All right, he's in there as well.
Yeah, nice double jump plus from both of them. akki having no problem with this Shy Guy this time.
So Cheese coming out of SSL with about a 10 to 15 second lead. akki only has to do this top of the pyramid one, which is super quick.
Yeah, it's
about,
only
about
less
7
than 8
seconds.
seconds.
Yeah,
7 seconds.
She's going for side hop first. Nails it.
Pretty solid.
I'm definitely more partial to getting reds out of the way first myself.
Yeah, myself too.
Yeah.
The text box messes me up.
Yeah, the text box, and you can even use the text box to kind of line up that the angle for that first long jump kind of nicely. Yeah, you definitely can almost take your time with it, as it can be kind of finicky. But Cheese, no problem, doesn't need that potential advantage at all. Really nice reds.
Yeah, akki had to backtrack for the 6th coin.
Yep, that little turnaround.
So Cheese will gain a little bit of time there.
So
I think that was like a 3rd frame.
Yeah, that looked pretty
wall
late.
kick. Yeah.
But and then a little bit of a finicky way to get over, but does ultimately, you know, do the trick, get the star. No big deal. Nice ledge grab skip from Cheese. akki will be going for it as well. Yeah, that star going. Going for it. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! There it is!
Yeah.
Oh, just his. Okay, so I know what happened. He went for the ground pound
he
kill
went for the ground
and
pound.
long jumped accidentally. Okay, I thought maybe he muscle memory took over and he was going to kill the triple bullies.
No.
But I was no. That makes no sense.
I think he was going for that as a backup, but didn't make it.
Yeah, I think so. Well, yeah, he was definitely trying to land on the kind of the moving platform there. Does get the ground pound that time. That's what that's supposed to look like.
Yep.
And did actually land on the floating lava platform that could have saved him, but he kind of bounced a little bit more and just got burned as a result. Really unfortunate.
Cheese getting triple L all the way, just going for the elevator. Solid star to finish off. Maybe we'll see Volcano for akki since he needs this time save.
Yeah, I had never even thought of that as a potential threat. Something to worry about on that star, because you are skipping the ledge grab, moving all the way to the right side of the platform, and you have so much momentum that if you do long jump, I mean, that's exactly what happens. You just go flying.
It's surprising how much risk, skipping that ledge grab.
You just go flying into nowhere.
Yeah. The ground pound is troublesome. If you ledge grab instead of landing, you get the bully coming right at you as you come up.
For anyone who doesn't know, that is a very common mistake in Mario 64 speedrunners, ground pounding instead of long jumping, or vice versa, because the order of inputs are opposite, but they are so quick, so it's really easy to kind of do one before the other accidentally. Oh, box jump. And a really nice backer from akki. That was a really, really clean adjustment.
Yeah, he was able to just go for a box jump again instead of going for emergency exit like he did last time he missed it.
And playing it super safe that time, avoiding the death zone. So that trick, yeah, if you triple jump over the wall and then go a little too far forward, you can actually hit this kind of zone in the game that just kills you.
Yep.
It's called the death plane, I believe, and you kind of have to go under it and then you know, push your momentum forward to land into the star. But akki just playing it super safe, avoiding the death plane and just rolling out into the star.
That has definitely killed my runs before. Can't dive too early.
Yeah, happens to everyone at least once.
Yeah.
All right, so Cheese with a commanding lead coming out of Hazy Maze Cave.
Yeah, he went for left side. Amazing exit there. It has this interesting trick to it where you need to tap camera right as you're opening the door so that it turns and you can do the triple jump.
That's right. Solid grab on Cheese and lining up the shadow with the door. Does get it. Clean first try. Looking much more confident on these MIPS grabs and clips since the first race. Oh, but the glitchy wall kick not coming off. At least he doesn't lose MIPS. Going for the standard clip second time around.
Yeah, that's definitely the worst
fine.
case scenario is if you lose MIPS when doing that jump.
Yeah.
Wall kick.
Yeah, exactly. So what we mean by that is that, yeah, once you, the way you're using MIPS to kind of get through that second door there, the door with the star, you can actually accidentally just push MIPS behind the door and not yourself. Oh, akki missing the punch grab. You know, even on this new controller, he's not pulling back any punches on the strats that he goes for.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if that does happen where you push MIPS beyond the door without yourself, that is a worst case scenario, and you've pretty much lost the bunny, and you have to exit the area and re-enter it for him to respawn. But nice first try there on the clip from akki, and Cheese with a nice front sub. akki going for the standard clip as well, failing that glitchy wall kick, but not a huge deal. That's exactly what happened to Cheese. Here we go, it's Fire Sea time. Nice pull glitch.
Yeah, that was solid.
On some clean pace to make the early cycle. akki will certainly be going for front sub here. Can't really afford to play conservatively at all. And Cheese once again with the single jump instead of the long jump, getting burned twice. Okay,
Pick up some
but he
health.
should be able to compose himself here and just get this back in movement. No big deal, losing some seconds, but no death.
Yeah, he needs to just get through that section.
No, it's okay.
All right.
Full glitch from akki. Solid throw from Cheese. Here it is, akki following suit on nailing this fast cycle and going again with the significantly riskier camera, but reducing a bunch of leg, and it is paying off. Saving time over Cheese there, not only with the better strat, but you know, no burn or backup movement required.
So Cheese had some trouble with the BLJs last run.
Yep.
Let's see.
And despite all of akki's, you know, controller problems, that was kind of the equalizer for these BLJs. I believe it took him 4 complete setups to nail this first one. Let's see how it goes here.
That first one.
We won't count that. Oh, and it is
right.
looking like a first try for Cheese. That's huge. Because I know those BLJs really can sometimes seem like they treat him especially really unfairly, just maybe because of his mashing style or rhythm. Maybe naturally just doesn't go well with these BLJs. As you can see here, it's taken him quite a while, and although it's not a huge deal as he can just kind of infinitely go for it, doesn't have to readjust like in the previous BLJ, but it's just not coming off for him in this one. And akki again with a pause there. I don't know if he's like fat fingering somehow the pause button. What's going on there? And Cheese, there we go. He finally gets it. And akki gonna have to really hone in on his instant BLJs, and he should get it. Should get it. There it is.
Nice.
just such a huge advantage to have in this category, being able to kind of summon BLJs like that on command.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
That's definitely one thing you need to specialize in as a 16-star runner.
And
that's such a
immediate
clean
BLJ
second
from akki clipping into the stage. That was ridiculous. And here we go. This is pretty much the situation we saw in the last race. So it ultimately ended up being pretty much what it was. But Cheese, this time, nailing right side, first try.
Yeah, that's going to be a nice comfy.
Yeah. And although akki will be trying to put as much pressure as he can, Cheese can miss definitely at least 2 throws, maybe even 3.
Yeah, getting that right side definitely bought him possibly another throw.
akki going for right side here. Got to keep it as competitive as he can, and he does nail it. All right, not totally out of this yet, but Cheese hitting that first throw. And it's in his hands. Literally, second throw. And here we go. Cheese could go up 2-1. That's going to be wide. No, it hits it.
Wow.
Wow, that was close, but you can see that moment of, did I get, yes, I did get it. I did get it. And Cheese with a little fist bump there to celebrate. akki missing the tail there. And Cheese again with a pretty low 16. And we're going to see a similar time difference in this race as we did the last one. So I guess things conveniently just working out, and Cheese, akki missing that third throw. But Cheese getting the win that he had previously given back to akki, saying, you know what, no, dude, get your controller fixed. Let's do this again. And, you know, probably getting what he deserves.
Yeah. This really was like a remix of the last game 3.
Yeah. Little over a 30-second difference this time around just because of that. Just a couple missed throws. But there it is. CLG Cheese up 2-1. And, of course, on match and championship points, on akki941, the 16-star world record holder. Cheese just, you know, tapping into his live setting experience and, you know, experience with the game overall, of course, and, you know, really showing his stuff.